I need to address something. I've tried making this video around 5 times. I hope this will be it. Every single time I run into a brand new problem, and I hope that this can be the video. So, recently, Nintendo has uh, copyright claimed over 2,200 videos of GilvaSunners. I thought that the Totally Not Mark drama was absurd. This is even more so. I sort of just shrugged it off since it's Nintendo. This is to be expected. But recently, there is some evidence leading to the fact that this may not be Nintendo, which kind of blew my mind. So let's look at some videos. This is Penguin OZ. Go check him out. I'll be getting most of my uh, resource and information.
This is where it all started. This is where my third eye began to open to the possibility that Nintendo was actually innocent in this case. It comes from Twitter user Soul Scribbles. They said their friend brought to their attention that the copyright claims are most likely not from Nintendo. So right away, some people felt the situation was fishy. They smelt something a bit stinky. They state when Nintendo actually takes down videos with a copyright claim, they don't simply put Nintendo as the copyright holder and then show
You can see it in this. This just says from Nintendo. Typically, they would do Nintendo of US Incorporated, and there's many other things that they would do, but Nintendo is not one of them, unless if they've recently updated that, but I'm not sure if that would even be legal. I think you'd have to have your full company name, wouldn't you?
show a
I
screenshot
don't know.
of one of the removed videos where the copyright holder is just credited as Nintendo. They then explain why this is weird because Nintendo doesn't say which Nintendo company. They'll always copyright strike with Nintendo Co. Ltd, Nintendo of America Inc., or Nintendo, and then those characters if it's a real copyright claim from them, and then they put a screenshot here of an example of a legitimate takedown from the company, proving that
Nintendo of America Incorporated. So obviously that's a bit fishy. Uh, unless if Nintendo has updated something to where it's just copyright claimed by Nintendo. But this is what it's supposed to look like, Nintendo of America, not just the stamp of Nintendo.
And Nintendo really was the perfect target to impersonate because everyone would expect this from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo would go to a child's birthday party and DMCA
Like
the
I
whole
said,
family.
I heard of this first. I'm like, I thought it was crazy the amount of videos that got taken down. But at the same time, what do you expect? It's Nintendo.
If they saw too many Mario balloons there without Nintendo's permission for it. So most people didn't look further than just, hey, Nintendo's striking this channel a lot. I'm definitely in that same camp. I didn't bother to look any deeper to the claims. However, I'm glad that some people did because this is not normal. After digging deeper, they were able to trace it all the way back to 2019 with the takedown of something called Beware of the Forest Mushrooms, which
In this one, it just says from Nintendo also. So this comes all the way from
is
2019.
again more music that was taken down by
Nintendo.
Nintendo, or what appears to be a fake Nintendo. And then they also looked into the emails a bit further and concluded that the Nintendo JP email that these claims came from doesn't even actually exist. So it's not an official email from Nintendo, apparently, at least according to this investigation, which is another very fishy thing. And then the final tweet in the thread is an example of a fake Nintendo claim getting overturned by YouTube, which means YouTube must have been made aware that it wasn't the official copyright holder that was filing the complaint in the first place and put the video back up. I think all the evidence is pretty compelling. However, you have to ask the question, why?
Exactly. So who would spend the time to manually go through each video and copyright claim them as Nintendo? Clearly, they didn't care too much. They would have done more research and saw Nintendo of America or in or whatever they would use, and they would have done that. But they couldn't even do that. So this must be like some I don't know, 17-year-old that thought this would be funny somehow. But my opinion on the situation, it's pretty absurd. And uh, GilvaSunner took down his YouTube channel too. He he says, "I've decided that at this point there's really no worth, not a worth in keeping the channel up any longer." Even though he had a lot of other videos on his channel, and I bet his channel is going great, but then this sort of just got him down. I don't know. It's weird. That's gonna wrap up this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.